It was America's wedding of the year. The society beauty, Jacqueline de Bouvier, marrying the handsome young senator who would soon be President of the United States.
So now my wife and I prepare for a new administration and for a new baby. Thank you.
With her fashion salon elegance, Jackie would bring culture and style to her husband's presidency. But in return, she would have to accept the suffocating embrace of that powerful Irish-American family, the Kennedy clan, with its iron rules about male behavior. In Jackie's case, that would mean resigning herself to the knowledge that her husband was a compulsive womanizer. But from the moment John Kennedy was inaugurated president, Jackie conducted herself as though she'd been born to be the Republic's First Lady. She was a public figure with the social poise of a duchess, and she was skillful at presenting herself as a devoted mother and unquestioning wife.
I think politics is one of the most rewarding lives a woman can have, to be married to a politician. I think every woman wants to feel needed, and in politics you are.
The White House press office realized that in Jackie Kennedy, they had a public relations star, and arranged for cameras to be within flattering range, even when she was relaxing.
The distinguished athlete showed top form, as you would expect from the First Lady of the land and one of the first gentlemen of outer space. Toward the end of her 9-day visit in India, famed equestrienne Jacqueline Kennedy tries a new kind of mount in Jaipur, a venerable elephant named Bibia, or Baby for short. Here she visits the Parthenon, one of the glories of all architecture. It was in Athens that she first learned through Greek newspapers of the injury to the president's back, an injury which fortunately was not serious enough to curtail her visit to this cradle of democracy.
But her serene progress was about to end in tragedy. On that November day in 1963, she was driving with her husband through the streets of Dallas, Texas, acknowledging the cheering crowds. And suddenly, shots were fired from a warehouse window. The president had slumped forward in the open car, mortally wounded. Jackie, in shock, was now trying to climb out of the still-moving vehicle. All around her there was panic and horror. The president had been rushed to hospital, but surgeons could do nothing. Jackie left the hospital, her clothes blood-stained, as crowds heard the terrible news. The president was dead. Back in Washington, Jackie stood with Lyndon Johnson as he was sworn in as the new president. Then, a few days later, she stood with her 3-year-old son at her husband's funeral. The courage and dignity of the young widow touched the world. In the worst moment of her life, she showed that there was steel beneath that porcelain surface.
I want to take this opportunity to express my appreciation for the hundreds of thousands of messages, nearly 800,000 in all, which my children and I have received over the past few weeks.
4 years after John Kennedy's assassination, Jackie did the unthinkable. She married the Greek shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis, a man with a reputation for being rapacious in business and ruthless in love. He'd tossed aside the opera star Maria Callas to make room for his new trophy, the world's most famous widow. Jackie's motives were mysterious, but friends claimed she believed that Onassis could buy her 2 very precious things: privacy for herself and protection for her children. But the marriage didn't last. Jackie would return to America, where she'd always be remembered as the woman who helped turn the White House into Camelot. In 1994, she died of cancer and never once cried or complained.
Barbra Streisand rises from the Lower East Side in the musical Funny Girl, and that's next, here on 4.